Hello everyone, and I welcome you all to my English video class. Students, today I'm going to take the third chapter of your class 10th English textbook First Flight. Okay, and today we are going to discuss the first part of your third chapter, that is his first flight, written by Liam O'Flaherty. When we talk about the introduction, let's try to find it out what exactly is there in the chapter. When you read this story, what you find that this story is actually an account of a young bird that is afraid to fly for the first time. Okay, he believes that his wings would not support him. Okay, despite his younger siblings flying fearlessly with much shorter wings, he could not gather the courage to do the same. Okay, he's so much afraid of flying, though he is so much encouraged and rebuked by his parents, but still he is not having that much courage that he could gather up the courage and he could fly and take the first step in his life. So these are the problems with a young bird seagull. Okay, as I said, this is a matter of a seagull, and specifically students, if I ask a question from you, according to you, what should be the significant quality a bird should have? And of course your answer will be that it should fly, but here the problem is of flying. So what happens? He was punished to stay hungry if he did not try. Okay, his parents asked him that he is not going to get any of the food unless and until he doesn't try himself to fly. Okay, so he was punished to stay hungry if he did not try. Okay, so here what happens, this word has been ignored by his parents and left him on his own situation, that unless and until he doesn't try, he is not going to get his food. Thus it was his mother that compelled him to fly by using food as a trap. Okay, here when you read this chapter, what do you find? That the lesson reflects how one hesitates to take the first step, and that fear is all in the mind. Okay, so if I tell you in brief that what exactly you are going to learn something from this chapter, that one should trust one's abilities, because the fear of suffering is worse than the suffering itself. Okay, students, now let's discuss some of the keywords from the chapter. First word is the seagull, and you know what is the seagull? Seagull is a sea bird which are generally found nearby the oceans, seas. Generally they are known for their hunting skill of fish. The next word is ledge. Ledge is a narrow horizontal self. Okay, एक सकरा सा, एक ऐसा स्थान, एक कगार, एक जगह जहाँ पर कि ये जो वर्ड्स हैं वो रहते हैं, आप बोल सकते हैं. सो लेज है ना, अ नैरो हॉरिजेंटल सेल्फ, एक सकरा सा हॉरिजेंटल सेल्फ जिस पर कि वो रहते हैं, दैट इज़ व्हाट लेज. ओके, मास्टर अप विच मीन्स गैदर, इकट्ठा करना. ओके, devour, what is devour? Eat at a great speed. When you are eating something with a great speed will be called devouring something. Okay, आप किसी चीज़ को तेज़ी से खाते हैं, that is called devour. The next word, derisively. Derisively means mockingly. And what is mockingly? Mock का मतलब होता है चिढ़ाना. Okay, jest करना, मजाक बनाना, to make fun of someone. The next word is plaintively. Plaintively means sorrowfully, and that's of course the common word for you. Beckoning. Beckoning means signaling something, इशारा करना. Next word is dizzy. Dizzy means confused, spinning. Okay, that is what? Dizzy. Soaring. If you are soaring, that means you are flying above. Okay, flying upwards known as soaring. Students, now let's discuss about the key points of this chapter, and let's try to understand that what had happened in this chapter. Here, as I said in the introduction part, that this is the story of a young seagull, the one who is terribly afraid of flying. Okay, his family members try their best to make him fly, but are unsuccessful. Okay, he was rebuked and even threatened that if he did not fly, he would die of hunger. But he could not even move. Even after scolding and rebuking, he didn't take any step in his life to fly. Then he was left alone on the ledge. और इस तरह से उसे उसकी जगह पर छोड़ दिया जाता है. That was 24 hours ago. Since then, no one had come near him. Okay, लगभग 24 घंटे बीतने के पश्चात भी उसके पास कोई नहीं आता है, और फाइनली वो बर्ड सोचता है, नाउ व्हाट इज़ द ऑप्शन, दैट व्हाट ही शुड थिंक, देयर इज़ नथिंग लेफ्ट. Okay, and he was so hungry, he cries because of hunger but cannot take a flight. This was the situation for him. So what happens? His family members taunt him for his cowardice. Okay, as he's not able to gather up the courage to fly, so he is so much being taunted. Taunted means किसी को ताने मारना, सुनाना. Okay, cowardice is the lack of courage. When you are a person, the one who is having lack of courage will be called cowardice. Okay, कायरता जिसको आप बोलते हैं, डरपोकपन. तो इसके लिए उसे ताने मारे जाते हैं. नो वन लुक्स एट हिम, कोई उसकी तरफ देखता नहीं है, एक्सेप्ट हिज मदर हु ट्राइज टू टेम्प्ट हिम टू फ्लाई विद अ पीस ऑफ फिश. माँ तो माँ होती है और वो ही एक माँ है जो उसकी तरफ ध्यान देती है. इवन वो उसे ट्राई करती है लुभाने की कि वो थोड़ा सा फिश का टुकड़ा देख करके थोड़ी बहुत उड़ान भरे. बट वॉट हैपेंड हियर, द साइट ऑफ फूड मेड हिम मैड. फाइनली द ट्रिक ऑफ हिज मदर वर्कड हियर. द साइट ऑफ फूड मेड हिम मैड as he was very hungry but he could not get it, so finally he dived at the fish. इस तरह से वह उस फिश को देख करके डाइव करता है. एट फर्स्ट अ ग्रेट फियर कॉट हिम, पहले तो वह बहुत डर जाता है, बट इट ओनली लास्टेड अ मोमेंट, लेकिन जो उसका डर था वो कुछ ही थोड़े पल के लिए था. सून ही फेल्ट हिज विंग्स आउटवर्ड्स, और जल्दी ही वह महसूस करता है कि जो उसके पंख हैं वो हवा में खुल गए हैं. ही वॉज नो लॉन्गर अफ्रेड, वह जरा भी डरा हुआ महसूस नहीं करता है. ही वॉज शोरिंग स्लोली डाउनवर्ड्स एंड अपवर्ड्स, ही वॉज मूविंग अपवर्ड्स एंड डाउनवर्ड्स, ओके, with fun. His family comes near him when he lands on the sea surface. And finally उसकी जो family है वो उसके पास आती है जब वो land surface पे नीचे जाता है. His family was praising him and cherishing the moment, and in this way they were all happy, they were all cherishing the moment, as they have found that he had made his first flight successfully, and in this way finally he has been able to make his flight successful. Okay, so if I talk about the conclusion, what do you find the one core point in this chapter? Actually, this imaginary story conveys the message that one learns by taking courage and not by sitting idle. If you're sitting idle in your situation, you are not going to get it unless and until you are not going and moving for any of the step, for any of the effort in your life. So that's all that this chapter tells you. Thank you so much. Take care. Study this chapter and make yourself more comprehensible. Thank you so much. Good day. Take care.